There we go. We got the cedar going. This is your video for January. We're kicking off the new year with an ending. So, what are we ending? January 3rd. So, nothing like rushing in the new year and the celebrations and whatnot, and people maybe being, you know, vacationing somewhere for their New Year's. Some people go like all out. Wherever you are, we have a full moon on the 3rd. Foundations and the past, and family and home. It can feel a little nostalgic, moon energy, right? Sun and moon at opposite ends of each other in any sign is a full moon. But because its moon is the ruler, right? What does that mean? This is a full moon in Cancer. In Cancer at 13 degrees. We think of the moon cycles every 28 days, right? There's a ebb, there's a flow, there's a release. Family and home, emotions and feelings. When we talk about the public sentiment, we think of the past for sure. Matter of fact, I think I had that written on here. Let's back this up a little bit. Yeah, faded actions and the past. The moon rules this because it's a full moon in Cancer energy. So it's a full moon ruled by the moon. So anytime we have full moons and we have, especially in the sign of Cancer, this is the place of emotions. This is our foundational energy. So we think of childhood. We think of mom. Some moms had to be mom and dad, right? Some dads had to play the role of mom. And what do you do now as an adult that you can relate back to your childhood? I know coming up off of the holidays, that's probably really easy to connect those dots there. During holiday time, maybe not everybody, but there's certain little things that we can probably come across, whether it's the snow, whether it's a certain type of food, right? Whether it's gift giving, no gift giving, tree, no tree, church, whatever it is, like there's a thing there that we relate to. This is what our family did. This is when I grew up. This is how it was. And some of those things we want to repeat. Some we're like, oh, hell no. Either way, good and bad, they're both part of our foundational energy. So this full moon, like all full moons, can represent a release and an end of a cycle, something that is definitely directly associated with the past and a long time ago. And when I say a long time ago, there is a lot of energy here with Cancer, it's intuitive to the degree where it's coming in because it's kind of got like that astral plane energy, like the Scorpio stuff, right? Water energy in general, very, very activated with memory, history, right? Feelings. It's all super activated. And Cancer energy is known as a very empathic sign. It can feel, it just feels it. It just feels the understanding or the knowing or whatever it is, it feels a certain way. And with that feeling, it connects to fear or desperation or how do I stay safe or do this to stay safe or don't do that because that's crazy and that will, that is not safe. The Cancer energy is what we want surrounding us so that we can feel safe. And so for people who grew up with a childhood where it wasn't safe, where the home itself wasn't safe for whatever reason, this full moon ending can enable, because it's in water, so that means it automatically connects, right? We got the moon here, which means there's a connection automatically to the other water signs, right? We know anything in water is going to trine the other water. It's going to trine Scorpio. It's going to trine Pisces. So the degree and figuring out what we're ending is where we're going next. The 13 degrees, typically That is Martian energy. It's masculine energy. It's assertive. It's aggressive. It's born for war kind of energy. So Mars is a warrior. Mars is somebody who seemingly is fearless. Some say the word courageous, even because it's got no fear. And I don't know if they're the one and the same, to be honest with you, right? That might be some debate you have to, mull over in your brain. But being born for war, it means it's used to using knives and guns and weapons, basically, and very active. This is an action planet. Where we have Mars in our chart is where we take action. It's also associated with our passions, what we're passionate about. And with the Martian energy, it's super impulsive, and we normally can't rely on it for, like, it's not it's more about getting out of the gate, like being the first one in front and getting out first, type of thing, like being ahead of the line. But it doesn't mean that they can sustain that marathon, right? Because it's really more about, well, I kind of see literally thrusters, the boosters on rockets. Like, that's that Martian energy. Some would say, argue and say Aquarius and Uranus. But it's the fire, it's the heat, it's the action. It's that fiery, get up and go and let's do this kind of Mars, in your face, impatient, and just like phew, can pop off at any moment. A firecracker, Mars energy. Maybe that's better. And so this would be our physical body and our appearance. So the appearance of our family, you see, the appearance of feminine energy, taking on a strong masculine type of face, even maybe the fight mentality. The larger picture of this, which would be humanity, because Cancer energy isn't just about my little itty bitty family, blood family, but it's also the greater family, humanity. This can be a new beginning in terms of releasing the fight and the anger and the in your face, just to start stuff, because for some they think it's fun or entertaining, is a closure and an ending to our childlike ways and to our warrior like ways. And you see I have Jupiter highlighted there. It's Jupiter at a Jupiter degree. So this may be a time of when we're hearing more realistic or more serious peace talks, even possibly. This is a full moon, but it kicks off a new year with something or someone ending. Now, with all that said, we also have fate having a big part of this full moon energy, because vertex is here. And vertex totally talks about one door closing and another door opening. And this can be in terms of events and people and things. Something happens. Right? Something happens. And when we talk about it as in terms of being fated energy, that kind of alludes to there's kind of no control over it. This will happen regardless. Okay. So that's also at 13. I mean, it's pretty much exact with the full moon. So it's a super big deal, very fated energy in this. And so there's a whole lot that has to do with the past fights, past actions. Jupiter here, of course, can be the law and court and lawyers and judges with the Jupiter energy, but this is also public figures. Right there at 14 degrees is Sirius. It says SIR. Sirius is SIRIUS, Mother Goddess Divine Energy. So this is a new moon that is super potent, very powerful. This divine Mother Goddess energy is here. This is the beginning of the end, so to speak. It's all focused on authority figures, politicians, Congress members, Supreme Court people, presidents. This is a theme. This is a theme that will be going on for months. Okay? So with that said, authority figures, Saturn, we're building, but it's a restructuring. This full moon hopefully will be an end to the nilly-willy stuff, but make no mistake, this is about past actions that were taken, and this is fated energy. And you're looking in your chart, you're looking 11 degrees to 16 degrees for the full moon in Cancer. 11 degrees to 16 degrees. This is a closure and an ending. This is mom, home, family, feelings and emotions, stuff from the past, childhood, and foundational energy. This is ancestry. This is culture. This is loaded. This is loaded. But freedoms and how we identify those freedoms in terms of, some would say, can I carry my weapon? Right? Some would say, can I look a certain way? Or why is it a problem that I look a certain way? Right? So there's a whole lot to look at when you think of freedoms with this energy. And hopefully what we're ending isn't the freedoms. Hopefully what we're ending is the armed militia. Hopefully what we're ending is the fight and the division and the anger. Oh my God. May we please be done with the freaking unnecessary, over the top anger. Let's move on already. Look at the stellium. Look at this. We have Vega sitting here at 14 degrees. Vega in Capricorn. Now remember, Capricorn is building something. And whatever it's building for success. It's building something that it wants, that's going to stick around for a very long period of time. It does not build something that's just going to fall apart. That's going to be a piece of crap. No, it's building for longevity, for a long-term commitment. Okay? So that's Capricorn energy. Vega is normally considered beneficial energy, normally, and Mars is conjunct it. So it's going to be beneficial for Saturn, and Mars is super powerful when it's in Capricorn. This Mars energy is going to be taking action, and yes, this can be military action. So we think of restructuring and reorganizing, making adjustments here and there. So yes, military, but something is ending. You see, that's why we might have some more serious and more doable peace talks will be likely on the table.